video, we are going to learn how to do Jenny's Stretchy bind off. And I have a piece of knitting here where there's a section of purl, section of knit, section of purl, section of knit, etc. And in Jenny's Stretchy bind off, the stitch varies depending on whether it's purl or knit. So this is why it's particularly good if you're going to do like at the end of a rib stitch, like at the top of a mitten, you know, something like that, where you have both purl stitches and knit stitches, and it can follow along in that pattern. So let's learn what I mean by that. So this is a purl section, so we're going to start just with one purl. If this had been a knit section here, we would be starting with one knit stitch. Okay. So now you always put in a wrap before your stitch. And if your next stitch is a purl, then you're going to wrap counterclockwise like usual. And then do a purl stitch. And now you have 3 stitches on your right. Your initial purl, your wrap that you did, your yarn over, and then the next purl that you did. And just like a regular bind off, you are then going to insert your needle into the second loop from the hook, loop from the tip, sorry, and pull it right off, and then do that again. So you're down to just 1. So you just have 1 stitch on your right hand needle. And then you're going to do that again. So you're going to wrap the yarn counterclockwise, and then purl a stitch, and then pull over the second stitch, pull over the second stitch again. So keep getting back down to 1. So we're going to do that for all 5 of the purl stitches, and then I will show you how it changes just a little bit when you do the knit stitch. Wrap, oops, sorry, yarn over, and then purl, pull it over, pull it over. Okay, we're now done with our stitch marker, so as you reach each stitch marker, you can just set it aside. Now, my next stitch is a knit stitch. So for knit stitch, this is one of the times when you're actually going to wrap clockwise. So you're going to wrap clockwise around, like if you're looking down at this right needle like it's a clock, you wrap the yarn clockwise, okay? And then you knit the stitch. So again, you have 3, and from here it's just like we've been doing. You pull over the loop, you pull over the loop, and then do it again. Okay, so clockwise. When your next stitch is a knit stitch, it's clockwise. And really that's so that the stitch is set up. So if I wrap clockwise, then my yarn still is coming off the back like I want it to, the back and underneath my needle, which is how it normally would be for a knit stitch. And you just continue on that way, and the wrap direction is always determined by the next stitch you plan to do. And you can see we're starting to get this bind off that is very stretchy still, and it kind of stays with the pattern. It doesn't look substantially different from the pattern. It doesn't look out of place. So you would just continue all the way across the end of the row, and that is how you do Jenny's Stretchy bind off.